5 reasons you need to look at off-camera flash. Why does it help you? Why is it good for you? Should you buy another flash? There's a number of options out there. You know, I shoot Canon and I've got a number of Canon cameras. I do also have flashes that I use off camera. They are not Canon branded. They don't need to be. You can buy off brand flashes as long as they get you what you want to achieve. So what do they offer you and why would you want to use an off-camera flash? Firstly, to overview you and let you know what the options are, you can use flash gun, which gives out a burst of light. You can use lights, which actually are chargeable, and you use them more like conventional lights with little gels in them to change the color slightly to give it a bit more atmosphere. So these all help you because they make your picture, your lighting, your situation pop, make it look nicer, and add that extra element of depth in your photos. So previously I used to use a lot of LED panels in my live streams and it looked a bit like hazy, not really nice. As soon as I got a dedicated light with a honeycomb structure, it made my video look a lot nicer. So using that same example from photography translates to video as well. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about that. But the main reason you want to get a flash is you control the light. You can use a light, you can bounce it off walls, making it a larger source, which makes it softer light, which means the photo looks nicer. You can go really harsh like the paparazzi do and smash light in people's faces and go to really high depth of field to get like a really intense photograph, sharp photo. You can actually put little diffusers on the top of the flash which pop out just like that and they diffuse the light. You can zoom on the light, which means the gun itself, the light actually moves up and down the barrel of the light, so it actually creates like a light that goes further, or a light that creates a big option for lighting, and you got all the different angles on there. So that's one option. You can control the amount of light that's coming out depending on how far the ceiling is that you're bouncing off. You can control the quality of the light. All these things help make your photograph even better, and it makes your photos pop a bit, adding a bit of color, adding a bit of depth, different colors. So for example, that's like a off, if you're familiar with colors, you'll know you can get like the, not RGB, but different Kelvin of light, which makes it look nice. So we're going to look at these options and why off-camera flash is better than on-camera flash. So let me just explain what I mean by that. So there's your camera. You've got the flash. You can put it on top of your camera. In the right way would help. And that is on-camera flash. So if I was to basically take a photograph, you're probably familiar with that kind of setup, which is easy to use for flash. However, you don't want to be smashing flash in the subject's face. It's just going to wash out all the detail. So that's why you can do that and bounce it off the ceiling if there's a low enough ceiling. If you're in an open venue and there's no ceiling, you normally get these little extra filters you can add on top of here which make like a fake ceiling, you could call it. You can twist it and have it bounce off different angles. And if you take photographs with this type of setup, you'll see how having the light come from one side affects the person and how they look. For example, right now, I've got light coming from here. I'm a bit shady here, which creates a bit of depth and it makes it look a bit more interesting. Adding these elements off camera would be even better. So what we do by that, we take the flash off the camera. We get wireless connectors which connect the camera flash to the camera. And this is placed on a tripod or a light stand somewhere remote. Think of a wedding. If there's weddings going on, you can have a number of flashes positioned in different places where people are going to be doing things. And you can take photos with your camera, which is now a bit more lightweight because there's no massive flash on there. And all the flashes are set up in a place which you tested already. Hopefully you had access before to the venue and you've put them in spots where you know it will create nice atmosphere. So there'll be like always dark spots that you want to create light and have it bouncing off walls. And as you take the picture, no matter where you are, your flashes will trigger based on your wireless triggerless system. So we'll have a look at some of those trigger systems to give you ideas of what I mean. So let's have a quick look at those. So here we've got the actual wireless trigger system. What does it mean for you? It basically means you put that little system on the top of your camera and it acts like a wireless trigger, so it triggers your flashes. You get different types of wireless triggers. You can connect them to different types of lights as well. What that means is, if I show you this little diagram here, you can actually see that you can have wireless light in multiple ways. You can actually use it as a remote control as well. So this will work for you in different conditions. So for example, if you're catching fast moving subjects and you want a quick burst of flash at a higher speed, higher shutter speed, you need to get fancier wireless triggers. That's where the costings change. So if you have a bigger budget, some of them can cost as little as $60-70, others cost a couple of $100. The difference in those is shutter speed. So if you want to catch something quickly, the flash has to flash really quickly to catch the photograph, and that sync has a delay. So the fancier ones basically eliminate that option. So that's giving you a quick idea of flashes and why you want to use off-camera flash where you can. Also in product shoots, you can actually have these flashes with umbrella stands, and you can have a position in different places. So when you're using lights, most cases you can have like 2 lights to get a fully lit subject, depending on what product it is. So all these little things will help you. You can use additional lights to add a little bit of color and depth, similar to what I'm doing here. So I've got one light, I've got colors behind me to add a bit of atmosphere to make me pop a little bit. I had additional lights which I've got rid of because I thought, it's overkill for the type of videos I make. Mine's are more helping you get the right look. With this, you can go extremely extreme, and I could have like 6 lights there to make me fully like a TV broadcast level of quality. So right now I've got a single light which could theoretically in a photo be a flash, positioned at 45 degrees on my right hand side. Behind me I've got 2 different shades of LED colors, one with a green, one with a pink, and then I would normally have a backlight which basically separates me from the background. I would have a fill light on my left, and then I can have even a pop light on the top to make my top down desks look even more fancy. But that's probably a bit overkill, because thinking about the space around you, imagine how many tripods and light stands you would need to have around you. So you need to be, if you've got loads of space, it's perfectly fine. But if you don't, you need to position it in a way that helps you get what you want to get in the right context. So hopefully this helps you with your journey and why you should consider getting a flash, especially if you're doing photographs, because flashes have a lot more power with the burst of light than a video light will do. So I'll link you to another video right here which will give you more information about that, and I'll see you on that next video.